because of that shorter flange distance, we're creating glass that we've never created before, and it's also glass that is sharper and more color precise than we've ever had before. This 50 millimeter 1.2 is the sharpest 50 millimeter I've ever used. You could look at every review out there. This is like amazing. And at the price point, it is pretty high, but it's a lot less than its next competitor, which is Zeiss and Leica. The Zeiss, is it the Batis? I forget now. No, the Otis. The Zeiss Otis equivalent to this guy is like $4,000 or $5,000, and this guy is arguably sharper than that guy. It's mind-boggling how much we were able to do back then, you know, so long ago. I have 3 configurations here. This is EOS R as it comes. This is the vlogging, obviously. So I have the 24 to 105 on that camera. What's really nice about this is that with that screen, there you go, makes it easy to shoot yourself when you need to. Right. And then with this guy, this is a rig that I had acquired from Wooden Camera. And this allows my camera to be powered via a V-Lock battery and power an external monitor as well. As you can see, there's a funky looking lens in the front. That is a cinema lens. This is our new Sumire Prime. And later on, I'm going to plug this in and we're going to see what the Sumire looks like on the EOS R. It's actually a really cool combination to be able to put a PL mount lens on a DSLR and enabling high frame rate. Something to think about when you're recording in high frame rate at 120 frames per second, it's not recording audio. Keep that in mind. And it's going to automatically play it back to whatever your initial frame rate is. So it's 120 frames per second. If you set the camera to 2398, then it will play it back at 2398. Yeah. Okay. And disable that.
What do you get at 1080? Sorry.
For 1080, 60 frames.
60?
Yeah. Yeah. And then here in 4K, there's all I and IPB. All I is your higher quality. IPB is when you want a little bit more recording time, but I recommend everybody to just recording in all I. It allows you to have an editable image. And I'm going to go to all I, and we're going to go back here. And there's this thing called movie cropping. So what movie cropping does is it unlocks another option that we didn't have before.
Stabilization meant to supplement a gimbal or replace having a gimbal?
So I talked to the engineers about this. There's this one engineer, and he said that his dream is to get rid of electronic handheld gimbals. He wants to be able to stabilize everything in camera. And so this is the main guy that's working on this. In fact, this very technology has been adopted on the C500 Mark. Have you ever been to a movie where they had bad audio?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if you have, you will already remember it, right? You won't automatically remember bad picture, but bad audio you will absolutely remember. Okay. This is 1080, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of the HDMI. And I'm only in 8-bit. This is an 8-bit 420 image. $40 lens on the EOS R. And it's a very different look. It's a little bit softer, as you can see. Lower contrast, like the $7,400 lens.
That's true.
But it breathes a hell of a lot. And so there is huge caveats to it, right? And also, as I'm focusing, watch my lens jiggle. And so the way that I use this lens is I will fix it to the focal point focus point that I want, and then I will move myself around rather than moving my lens, right? So I'm adjusting myself, not to the Sumire. And I'm gonna switch glass. I'm gonna put a wider glass on the Sumire. This is the 24 millimeter. And then later I'm gonna show you the RF at 28 to 70. This is a phenomenal piece of glass. 28, 35, 50, and 70. This zoom lens acts like a prime on every point of those. So it acts like four prime glass. So even though this lens is $33,000.
Say that one more time?
What's that?
Say that one more time?
So at 28, 35, 50, and 70 millimeters, at those points, it acts like a prime. It's like having 4 prime lenses. Yeah. At f2. Anytime you're going in the in-betweens, you're actually putting digital interpolation of ISO. And what that does is it adds fixed noise to the image.
Is that only in log or?
Even shooting regular video, even if you're not shooting log.
Does that apply to the older DSLRs or?
Oh yeah, even 5D Mark II. Yeah, has that.
What
Yeah.
are those ISOs again?
Yeah.
Sorry.
On the 5D series, it was actually 640.
640.
Yeah, because we didn't have log on that camera.
What, is that true for stills too?
True for stills, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What are those again? I'm sorry.
Use auto ISO because it'll screw it up.
Oh, I hate auto ISO. Turn that crap off.
What are those ISOs
I'm just kidding.
again?
Auto ISO is great when you're dealing with event photography because when it's like run and gun, it's actually amazing. So we have like a FV mode in the EOS R. This is the first time we've added FV mode at any given point.
Can't you limit the ISO as well?
What's that?
Can't you limit the ISO on
You
the
can,
settings, right?
absolutely. Yeah. So
on
I would say
auto-
limit it to 12,800. I wouldn't go above 12,800.
Can you limit it to just those 5 numbers?
Yeah, what are the 5 again? Did you
When's
say?
that
Yeah.
feature coming?
Let me check. I don't remember. I know on the cinema line we can limit it to full stops.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure you could do it. So speed increments under custom settings, you can limit it to full stops.
Okay.
Yes.
So which ones does that give you? The ones you said?
Yes.
Okay. And it doesn't go higher than, what was it, 64?
Oh, with that's another setting. So you're gonna go into ISO setting
Okay.
over here.
So it will go to like 128?
Yeah,
okay?
and then in ISO speed settings, you see there's ISO speed range.
Right.
I would lower it.
Got it.
Oh, let me put it.
To what you said?
Why not?
Those 5.
What was the numbers you said?
Even settings, right? I think.
You said 400,
800?
816?
4, 8, 16, 32,
You have
64.
4, 8.
So there you go. So I'm gonna go to menu. So I'm gonna turn on menu. And then on the third tab, ISO speed settings.
I think you just made that the top number though. Is it?
No, you know what?
Yeah. And then ISO auto max, I would absolutely make that 6400. ISO auto max 6400. You don't want your ISO going beyond that unless you like that noise. That could be an artistic choice, right?
That's beautiful.
You look great, Charles. Gorgeous.
You'll get a bonus tonight.
I shoot in the basic, you know, on the C200, they have
Oh, absolutely.
kind of dumb
Absolutely. It
down.
doesn't even compare to
C-Log, so they
Here's
can
the
match
thing,
the
the 1.4 is
C100.
right.
That's why I have one sector that C100.
Got it.
And I work on a shit.
Something of interest to show, okay.
And I
spot
Cured all of them. I thought
Yeah, I used that.
Yeah.
But I started doing
Yeah,
documentary
exactly. Yeah, we're very good friends with them. This plate, oh, that's where
last year I got a which is a lot better.
Yeah, the power of the camera. But you need a different.
Nowadays,
That's why I'm doing. Got it.
Oh no, this one is actually ready for this camera.
Yeah,
So there's
and like all
I don't
of
like
it's
working
like
with
ridiculous. Like, why would you do it? You're good animal. You know?
that cage is also made for